What car you choose says a lot about you. It's more than just getting from A to B. It's a statement about your priorities, your lifestyle, and even your self-image. When you're trying to decide which new car to buy, you're really asking yourself, who am I and what do I really want from this machine? It's a journey of introspection that leads you here to the very specific, very niche world of sporty compact luxury crossovers. Maybe you've outgrown hot hatches but still crave that thrill. Maybe you want the practicality of an SUV but refuse to settle for something boring. Today, we have two contenders that force you to be honest with yourself: the brand new 2025 Acura ADX A-Spec and the charismatic 2025 Alfa Romeo Tonale Veloce. This isn't just a comparison, it's a personality test on wheels. The field of two in a market that often feels like it's sanding the edges off of personality. A few brands are still waving the flag for pure driving enthusiasm. In this corner, we have Acura. After years of finding its footing, Acura has doubled down on its precision craft performance mantra. The ADX is its newest and smallest SUV. It takes the solid foundation of the Honda HR-V and injects it with a serious dose of style and, most importantly, more power. We have the top-of-the-line A-Spec model with all-wheel drive, which comes loaded for an as-tested price of $46,915 under the hood. A 1.5-litre turbocharged four-cylinder engine producing 190 horsepower, paired with a continuously variable transmission, or CVT, that has a sport mode to mimic gear changes, and in the other corner, a brand synonymous with passion and performance. For over 100 years, Alfa Romeo, the Tonale is their entry point into the brand, a sibling to the Dodge Hornet, but with an unmistakable Italian soul. It comes standard with all-wheel drive, and while a powerful plug-in hybrid is available, we're looking at the gas-powered Veloce trim to keep the prices competitive. The starting price is lower, but with the Veloce package and other options, our tester rings in at a nearly identical $46,625. For that money, you get a much larger 2.0-litre turbocharged four-cylinder, churning out a formidable 268 horsepower. And crucially, it's connected to a traditional 9-speed automatic transmission with real, physical gears. The numbers game, an objective mismatch. Both of these crossovers wear their sporty intentions on their sleeves, so let's get straight to the numbers. And folks, it's a knockout. The Alfa Romeo Tonale doesn't just beat the Acura ADX, it leaves it in the dust. 0 to 60, the Alfa does it a full 2.2 seconds faster. That's not a gap, that's a canyon. Quarter mile, the story is the same, with the Tonale finishing 1.7 seconds sooner. That's the difference between an exciting merge onto the highway and one that gets your heart rate up for the wrong reasons. The ADX is about 240 pounds lighter, but that advantage evaporates under braking. The Tonale stops from 60 miles per hour, a full 10 feet shorter. That's the length of a small kayak, a critical difference in an emergency. On the skid pad, a test of pure cornering grip, the Acura claws back some ground, coming within a hair's breadth of the Alfa. But link those corners together on our Figure 8 course, which tests acceleration, braking, and handling in one fluid motion, and the Alfa pulls ahead again, completing a lap nearly a full second quicker. But there is one very important, objective test where the ADX dominates: fuel economy. The Acura achieves an impressive 27 miles per gallon combined. The thirstier, more powerful Alfa manages only 24 mpg combined. Over a year of driving, that's a noticeable difference in your fuel budget. Talk sporty to me, the feeling behind the wheel. Numbers on a spreadsheet are one thing. How do these two actually feel when you're the one behind the wheel? The Acura ADX does a convincing impression of a sporty crossover. In short bursts, it feels eager. Stomp on the gas from a stoplight and it scoots with confidence. The steering is quick, and in a simple turn, it feels sharp and responsive. If you're upgrading from a standard compact SUV like the HR-V, you will be absolutely thrilled. It feels alive, engaging, a genuinely premium experience. But, and it's a big but, push it past about 80% of its capabilities and the illusion fades. That initial surge of acceleration tapers off, and you become acutely aware of the CVT's drone as it searches for power. Throw it into a corner with real speed, and the body leans over, the tires protest, and it reminds you of its more humble origins. It's sporty-ish, not a true sport sedan substitute. The Alfa Romeo, on the other hand, is the real deal. It's Not just putting on a show, sportiness is baked into its DNA. The power is relentless. It pulls hard and keeps pulling, with the 9-speed automatic delivering crisp, satisfying shifts. It feels genuinely quick, quicker than any vehicle in this class has a right to be, and the handling? Bellissimo. You can chuck this SUV into a corner with the same confidence you'd have in a Giulia Sport sedan. It stays flat, grips tenaciously, and communicates exactly what's happening at the wheels. If the pure, unadulterated driving experience is your top priority, stop the video. Go buy the Alfa. It is, without a doubt, the driver's car in this segment. Of course, there's a trade-off. To achieve that incredible composure, the Tonale's ride is firm. Even with its adjustable dampers in the softest setting, you feel more of the road's imperfections. The Acura, by contrast, is the more comfortable commuter. It's smoother, quieter on the highway, and does a better job of isolating you from the harsh realities of a bumpy road. The rest of the story, living with them, but you don't live your life on a racetrack. What about everything else? Here's where things get interesting. From the outside, most would agree the Alfa is the stunner, rolling piece of Italian sculpture. But step inside and the Acura's cabin feels richer, more modern, and more premium, especially the further back you go. Yet, the Alfa's seats are more deeply bolstered and ultimately more comfortable on a long journey. Let's talk practicality. The Acura's cargo bay is wider and feels more open and usable for bulky items. But if you're carrying people, your friends will thank you for choosing the Alfa. While both are tight on rear legroom, the Acura's high floor pushes your knees up towards your chest in a way the Tonale's doesn't. Tech and toys, then there's the technology. We prefer the software and responsiveness of the Alfa's central touchscreen. But trying to configure its digital instrument cluster is an exercise in frustration. There are buttons on the steering wheel, a separate dial on the turn signal, stalk, and menus within the main screen that all seem to control different parts of it. It's a mess. The Acura, meanwhile, makes a big statement on standard features. The entire Acura suite of driver aids, that's adaptive cruise control, excellent lane centering, and blind spot monitoring, is standard. Our fully loaded model includes a 360-degree camera and parking sensors on the Tonale. Those features cost extra. You get basic adaptive cruise and blind spot monitoring, but the more advanced lane keeping and parking assists are bundled into optional packages that push the price thousands of dollars higher than the already equipped Acura. The final decision. Who do you think you are? After all the testing, we found two cars from opposite sides of the world that are remarkably similar in price and size, yet fundamentally different in philosophy. Choosing between them is less about which car is better, and more about which car is better for you. It forces you to confront what you truly value. Are you the kind of person who lives for the drive? Do you seek out the long way home just for the thrill of a few perfect corners? Do you believe that a car should stir your soul every time you get behind the wheel, even if it means sacrificing a bit of comfort and practicality? If that's you, then your choice is clear. The Alfa Romeo Tonale Veloce is your car. It's a hot hatch on stilts, brimming with character and a joy to drive. Hard. But perhaps you're in a different stage of life. Maybe you still appreciate performance, but your daily reality demands more comfort, better fuel economy, and a more user-friendly, feature-rich experience. You want a car that feels premium and sporty during your daily commute, without the harsh ride or the fussy electronics. You value rational, logical decisions. If that's you, the 2025 Acura ADX A-Spec is the smarter, more well-rounded choice. So, who are you? The passionate enthusiast or the pragmatic performer? The heart or the head? Only you can answer that.